It must suck to be in the trunk.
Hi, I'm Jen Soska.
And I'm Sylvia Soska.
And we're the Soska sisters.
I was going to do Twisted Twins.
Well, we're both the Twisted Twins and the Soska sisters.
And you are watching Death Curse Society.
You're watching
Death Curse Society. Death Curse Society. Death Curse Society.
Rock and roll! 6 o'clock already, it was just in the middle of a dream. I was kissing Valentino by a crystal blue Italian stream. But I can't be late, 'cause then I guess I just won't get paid. These are the days when you wish your bed was already made. It's just another manic Monday. I wish it was Sunday, 'cause that's my fun day. I don't have to run day. It's just another manic Monday. I wish it was Sunday, 'cause that's my fun day. It's just another manic Monday.
Woo! Boy, that focus took forever.
Yeah.
It's another Monday, Monday, Monday. You know what that means. Monday Maniacs back on the air. Jenny Penn's all showered up and ready to go. And FaZe and I are in the house as Death Curse Society to cap off your Monday, whatever it was, uneventful, full of events, whatever it was. Here we are. It's the, I don't know. I think it's the best part of the Monday. For me, it is for sure. I mean,
Certainly.
I look forward to this. This is what we do. But hey, what's going on, folks? Interesting draw tonight for the topic. We are going to get into the new Blumhouse movie Drop, which frankly has nothing to do with horror whatsoever. None.
Well, it has a sprinkle.
If you're more into an espionage and corrupt government style stuff that leads to nefarious behavior, okay. Oh, okay. Sounded like a E string, man, when I hit that. My spring.
Huh.
You hear that?
No.
It's really loud in my ears. Hopefully it's not killing everybody out there.
No,
But anyways, it's not a bad film. It's not really a horror film. And I will say this much. I don't ever want to hear the words glass onion brought up in my presence ever again against me after this. Huh? That's more horror than this was. For sure. If not, it's the same. But that, you know, after seeing the movie, I went late too. I went yesterday night, for God's sake. I mean, I was late to the party. And but after walking out, I was we're a fucking horror show, man. We're a horror show.
We're gonna get to that initial thoughts in a bit here.
I will, but I'm just saying. So tonight is a special.
Yeah, we got a little bonus coming for you.
Little bonus content for you. We're gonna make sure we get our fill of horror as well, as FaZe and I will be doing a quick review of the film
825
Forest Road, which you can watch on Shudder right now. It's our buddy Stephen Cognetti of Hell House LLC fame. He went and made another film, and we're going to jump on that one as well, just to get a little horror flavor on this thing, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. True. I was really troubled by this, dude.
I wasn't super troubled by it, but you are right. Like I feel like it's kind of like a cupcake where the main part is a drama, then the frosting is like, you know, a little bit of suspense, a little bit of mystery, and then the sprinkles, like two little sprinkles of horror at the very end there, at the very top. You see what I mean? Like it's a little tiny bit. There was murder.
Drama, yeah, but it's murder in the name of cover-up. So you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
it's
yeah,
a whole different fucking animal, in my opinion. But we will get into this.
It is what it is.
And it's, hey, listen, it's not a bad movie. Well, I've got some issues with it, but I mean, it's a decent story, and it's if you like red herrings, this is a fucking fish market. You'll love this. Yeah, a little early on the F-bomb there. Sorry, FCC or whatever the quality and control there on YouTube. Let's just do what we do. Let's thank the folks that come out here and make us what we are, the Death Curse Society. Our final girls and guys, Christy, C-Phase, Lorena, BD, Alex, Robert, and Tyrone. And BD, everybody send some positive vibes. Got like a weird infection in his leg. He's in the hospital right now. Gonna be fine. But yeah, just this dude can't catch a fucking break right now, man. Our Crazy Ralphs, Bell's Fancy Creations, Dr. Smiley, Morgan Crypt Horror. Yes. Raymond over there at Horrorhound. He's well, I haven't seen him in a couple of events now. We got to get over there, FaZe, and hang out with Ray again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Colonel sees him every year, but I don't know. He's a good
fun
dude.
fellow, man. I miss him.
Dude.
It's been a long time.
Yep, it's getting to be almost 2 years since we saw him. And the whole damn enchilada pod, which you can catch Thursday nights right here on these same airwaves, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and they get into it as well, him and Ryan, and it's a good watch, man. As you guys know, you're all there mostly when I pop in anyway. You're all there too, you two-timers. And, of course, our camp counselors, Adam, Corey, Christy, Luke, Lou, Jimmy and Rachel, Stacy, Orlando, Chuck Shit, Dave, Carl, Patricia, Kristen, and JJ. And, of course, if you want to join the madness, become a Death Curse Society, you know what I mean? Get jumped in, the gang, the whole thing. You get your ass kicked. You get branded. Might be some sodomy involved. I don't even know. But, I mean, it's all right there at Death Curse Society. Find the tier that fits you. The safe word
Crazy
is
Ralph
banana.
on sale.
I'm getting to that. The safety word is banana for the hardcore guys. But, yes, right now, a huge sale on the Crazy Ralph tier. There it is. Take a look. Get $25 off and still get all the benefits and credentials involved. You get it all and you save 25 bones. You can't beat that. And we love it. Thank you. There he is, folks. See Mother Scratching FaZe in the house.
Mother scratching, I guess. I don't know.
Scratching, and look out. He's coming to the chat room to take care of you guys, too. If you get out of line, nobody's getting
scratch you.
He's going to scratch me?
No, not you. I'll scratch them if they're misbehaving.
You.
That's
See,
right.
that was for you, not me.
Not
Great.
you.
But yeah, dude, thanks for all the hard work as always. And
sure.
We'll have that after show thing today. Like I answered if you didn't see it. So I need some help with that stupid program we're using. I'll just say it.
I'll work with you on that.
Yes. I've got a few questions because I couldn't get to my main page and stuff. But
let's do that after the show.
For now, it's time to get into Blumhouse's latest effort.
Real quick, let's say hello to the folks. I could give you a break here and take care of that.
Just trying to I'm gonna puke, I think.
Yeah. You don't like this?
What, this movie?
Yeah.
Well, I do like things about it, but I have a huge problem with the back end of it. Let's just say that.
Oh, it definitely it fell hard. Let's say hello to some of our folks here.
Do it.
First one in is of course Lorena. Then we got the whole damn enchilada. Good old Ricky. Got Joshua in the house. The twins are here. And congratulations to you guys. I'm not sure like what place you got or any of that because I haven't been in the loop, but I'm seeing a lot of congratulations to you guys. So congratulations. Let us know how well you did. I want to know. Of course, Grizzly with the woo. Not as big this time.
That ain't a woo.
Yeah.
He must
be a bigger woo for you there, Grizzly.
He's tired. It's okay.
That's true. He did all that traveling. He's tired. He needs a break.
Man.
Grandma Faye's in the house. Paula. Always good to see you guys.
Yes.
Patricia.
Patricia's in. What's going on? What's going on?
We even got Crank here saying good job on the Soska ID.
I literally did that on the quick. You know, let me get something, you know, and that was the best thing was the hooker.
It's good.
Yeah, so.
I like it.
I just like them. They're so nuts.
Got a question from Rick.
What up, Rick?
Is that Father Thomas print from the dude that makes the maps? I just got the same one in Gettysburg. Let's see, which one is he talking about? I don't think is he. He's not talking about the Angelo one, is he?
No, he's talking about this one here. It's Nicholas Jackson, who did that.
Oh,
And also, I can't get to it. He's the guy that did the burning one too, but I have the original of that thing.
ooh, nice.
Let me tell you something, Rick. If he sold that original Father Thomas the con before I saw that print, or I'd have that one too. But yeah, Nicholas Jackson. If you saw him as a guy, black beard, glasses, about 6'1", cool cat, real cool cat. Then yes, and cool. Speaking of Rick, I see everybody's out there, FaZe, doing these. We, the DCS, are not huge supporters of the AI thing. Like, we will never use AI artwork for anything that we put on a shirt. But I thought this was kind of cute. So I'm going to share these with you guys.
This is
Somebody
fun.
went ahead and did the DCS with the NECA action figure thing, and I laughed. So what do you guys think of these? Oh,
All right, let me get that out of here for you.
we got that one. Now, they got the names wrong. Rick told me
There.
that the AI knew who the fuck we were, although they spelled Corlinal.
Yeah, Corlonal.
But I thought that was kind of neat that it knew who we were at least. There's enough out there where it could figure out who we were. And then
Well, we have hundreds of videos on YouTube, so I mean,
this one.
oh my god, collectible
really made me laugh.
podcaster figures. Wow,
Isn't that silly?
the crank one is a bit crazy.
Yeah. So that would be Colonel on to my right, correct? You're on obviously that's you in the
Yeah, that would be Colonel to the far left there.
Frank's
and then
next to you with the
Crank
finger.
would be next to me.
And that's, Colonel be looking like fucking Joe Zito and shit from Maniac, or.
Awful Colonel got like the top left, like.
Yeah, he's like a longshoreman. He looks, he's like he's ready to ship out and go crab hunting or some shit.
With his 2-foot long finger there.
And then this one's a little more like the more cartoony one. But I like that one too, that one's pretty neat.
I wonder what they're pulling from there because they got Colonel pointing twice. They got me wearing the ID, so that's probably the Milwaukee con.
I
don't know.
Yeah, because am I doing the same thing in this one? No, I got the
Well,
thumbs
we were
up.
wearing shit like that, and
See, I would, if it was
Morgan
like that,
Crank.
I would be like, oh, okay, that's what I do every time. So
I don't know what's up with Crank having the foam finger. That's funny. Maybe that's from the eggplant in the fucking.
that's what I was just thinking, man. It has to be the the Flanagan thing or something.
God damn it! Fucking
so-
AI
Yeah.
knows too much about us already. That's great.
But yeah, thanks, Rick. I thought that was real funny, dude.
Yeah, that's awesome. We got Damon in the house. Silent D.
Silent D is
What up,
back.
brother?
What up?
And Crank says he's just here to stir the pot.
Yes.
Thoughts on Rowan Campbell being cast as Billy in Silent Night, Deadly Night remake?
We could definitely jump on that. And, honestly, I'll say it. We can do that real quick. We got time. I'm okay with this. Let him do it. What's wrong? The guy can act. I mean, this isn't going to be like that. This will hopefully, they give him a good something to work with here. And, I think he'll look like a good kook in the Santa outfit that's forced upon him. Bring it, man. What do you think, FaZe?
I'm pretty indifferent. I don't really care. So I'm kind of with you. Just, let's see what you got. Rick says here, dude's a good actor. People going to hate him because, they hated Eds. But he was in something that came out recently. I have no idea. But, it's just, it's been a while. Let's see what he can do.
That shit wasn't his fault. It wasn't his fault.
It really wasn't, no.
And I don't think any of us would have turned down a role like that in a franchise like that. You just hope that it shoots well somehow.
Right.
And not everybody in the whole entire movie watching world is going at the end of it. because they were. All right. So yes, this is
We got
Blumhouse.
Tyrone in the house.
Tyrone's in the house. What up, brother? See, we definitely got to get up to Cincinnati, dude.
Got some early thoughts from Lorena about Dropped. She liked Violet's hair and Violet's outfit because it had pockets.
It had
That
pockets.
dress that had pockets. Dresses normally don't. At least super fancy ones like that. Which is why, women have purses usually.
What about a European carry-all?
I don't know.
Okay, so Blumhouse is back, and I don't know about you, man, but I just seeing their stupid producers fucking slide annoys the fuck out of me. You know what I mean? You see that they're part of it, but then I was like, Platinum Dunes? What's Michael Bay doing out here, you know? He's part of this? Or did he sell that shit off? Is he not with Platinum Dunes anymore? Because that shocked me that was part of this. But yes, we have Drop here. So I guess we could just jump right to the initial thoughts. Let me
Might as well.
tell you what the synopsis is. It's in we got a thriller here, and we've got a Violet, a widowed mother who goes into a upscale restaurant to meet Henry, her charming and handsome date, who she's been courting on and off and just slow burning, crank as fuck style, dating this guy because she's got out of this traumatic, horrible marriage that ended with a suicide, which you don't really know right away that it's a suicide. And it's all good. She meets for this date. Her sister talks her in. She's babysitting the baby, and they're going to go to this big restaurant. Well, she starts getting those data drops in the restaurant saying odd things. And it's a lot of memes that it starts with. So, FaZe, what was your anticipation of the movie Drop?
I wasn't sure what to think. I mixed this up with a different trailer, first of all. So leading up to a week ago, I didn't even know I was mixing this up with a different movie.
Which one?
I didn't even know. I didn't even have a title for that one. But anyway, I don't know. I saw PG-13. I saw Blumhouse, and I immediately said, "Shit, here we go again." Yep, no good. Already gonna be. I was hoping for it to be good for a PG-13 horror, but I'm a hopeful kind of guy, I guess.
Don't say horror when we're talking about this movie.
Well, it was Blumhouse, and it was directed by.
As it's laid out as something we might be expecting.
Going into it, I expected horror.
Yes.
But of course, my initial thoughts coming out, like I said earlier, a little itty bitty bit of horror. But if you want to even consider it that, I mean, I don't know.
Something about
What
espionage and political corruption. It is murder, it's death, but I mean, it's you know what I mean? It's calculated and motivated, which is part of the problem with this movie.
That is a good point my mom brings up. We missed the first 5 or 10 minutes, so there was something important there.
Oh, well, okay.
I don't know what it was, but
it starts with her, a close-up of her face, and her ass is kicked, and a guy sticks a gun right in her face, walks down the stairs. It's just a shadow.
Okay.
And he's like, hey, you brought this upon yourself, and sticks a gun in her face. And then it cuts to modern time,
Okay. So we basically a cold open.
Kind of a
we
cold
went in there, and she was talking to the babysitter woman. I don't know if it was her sister or what.
That's her sister, correct.
Okay.
So
we didn't miss much then.
You didn't miss anything. No.
But yeah, what was your anticipation? Did you already kind of get through that?
No. I did kind of spit a bunch of crap about it, but I mean, I was damn it, I was looking at it, and I was and I always see what the theater says, what they call it, because it's the one, or Hard Eyes. It said horror comedy, and I went, oh, okay, it's the first time I saw comedy attached to this, like that, But so this one, I'm looking it up, and it just says drama. And I was like,
that's it, just drama.
So I went to a couple different other theater pages and looked, and lo and behold, they all say drama. So I mean, I was kind of like, God damn, man, what are we doing? So, but it's Blumhouse, and I thought, if nothing else, bring out the Charmin. We're gonna shit all over this thing, and it'll be funny. At least it'll be entertaining, right? So yeah, so I wasn't thinking much about this. I saw the trailer and I instantly went, okay, I have a theory on who this is. And it wasn't, no, they didn't show you who was fucking with her in the trailer, thank goodness. At least this.
I'm surprised, honestly.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
with how some of these trailers have been, fuck.
I purposely set the bar as low as I possibly could because, you know what I mean? I just didn't seem like it was going to be that good. The concept seems interesting, but nothing you haven't seen before. That's what I was kind of getting at, like spy movies or again, and kind of deep political where there's a corrupt mayor. This is the mayor of Chicago of all places. And, so. Yeah, so I wasn't thinking much of this. Go ahead. Whodunit, drama, thriller,
Whodunit, drama, thriller, mysteries.
I mean, thriller is even
official.
Iffy for me. It has.
I'll give it that.
It has tense moments a couple of times, but
it's got those violent moments at the end that could be given the thriller tag, I guess, if you don't want to call it horror, because it wasn't really.
Well, it's like it tries
or anything.
It tries to go for the Hitchcockian feel. It tries. Except
it really tried, but yeah, we'll get there.
I don't know if they hit it or not. That's what I'm saying. So anyway, my anticipation was super low. So go ahead with the next one.
Yeah, man. Initial thoughts walking out of the theater. I mean, my grandma. This thing made my grandma ask me, "So was that even horror?"
Yeah.
And then she was asking me, "What is horror?" And that's something she wants to ask Crank down the road, but we'll get there.
Three different answers. You get three different answers.
That's the thing. You'll get a different answer from everybody.
But that's what makes
it's all subjective.
Subjective.
This, I don't know if there's going to be a lot of people calling this horror.
Well,
it's just suspenseful.
The fucking thread line through it is domestic violence, for fuck's sake. How?
Sure.
You know what I mean? Didn't that seem a little off? Kind of the.
There was a lot of forced, like. They needed to flesh that out a little more to make it make more sense. If I'm getting what you're talking about,
I understand it ends up being survival and triumph over a bad time. I get that. I understand, but I mean, just kind of ham-fisted, dude. I mean, just the way it's the way they shoehorn it in there. I mean, and then reveal it to you, and it's
right
because the gun changing hands and all that, which we'll get into. Don't worry. With some spoiler alerts on this one, I think.
Yes.
Well,
yes.
Like I said,
we'll be giving spoilers, but it's
it's a red herring fish market. This is the red herring special. This movie, but it's done that way on purpose, and I appreciated that. I was actually into that.
I actually enjoyed that aspect a little bit too. They just didn't go anywhere with it.
Yeah, there was a couple of things that really, nothing really went. Nothing. They didn't do
those
nothing.
red herrings just kind of sat and rotted.
They were there,
but that was it.
One seemed very obvious.
Well, they were forcing that one. We'll get there when we get there. But walking out of the theater, I knew I'd be giving this a low score. That's all I'm going to say. You go ahead.
Yeah, I thought it was good for the first two acts. Really. I was like, yeah, it's pretty good. But then the ending is just, if you're going to give a character that kind of credentials, and I'm being vague on purpose, you can't have it go down the way it goes down because it undermines that whole plan, the whole setup, the team. And it goes down like that. Fantasy world, man. Fantasy world. So I was just kind of like, yeah, I didn't hate it, but I mean, because what they do with the storytelling, and a lot of it is paint by number, unfortunately, but some of it's character driven, and it's Megan Faye. Is it Fahey? How do you say her name?
I don't
That's
know.
what we need
It
fucking
might
Frank.
just
He
be
always
fake.
does.
I don't know.
M3GAN Fahey, whatever her name is. She's like, if you're familiar with the White Lotus, you know all about her, and she's great. She's powerful in this. She can. Her eyes are electric and alive with her character. Very believable. Would you agree?
For the most part, there were moments, but I mean, it was less her and more the people around her that made things less believable. But we'll get there.
For the character development, yes. I mean, yeah. This Brendan Sklaner that played Henry the Date. He is. He was messing it up. I thought he wasn't. He wasn't too. Because most dudes in his shoes would have been all, fuck this shit, I'm out. But all right, let's go to Act 1. Did anybody see this?
Yeah, man. Who in here besides Mama and Grandma Faze? Because of course I dragged you guys to this, but
does anybody?
Who else have seen this? Who else? Well, the couple of people mentioned actually that somebody mentioned their 12-year-old liked it. Yeah. Mr. Enchilada said his daughter loved it, and I could see this being popular with the teenage crowd. And this is for them, I feel like.
If they've never seen Heat or
should they anything much better
or something like that, you know what I mean? Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So yeah, Act 1, we pretty much we touched on it a bit. You see this trauma. We know she's single. We know her husband's dead. And she's got this little boy who I thought he was like special needs and stuff, but they never really say anything about that. So
I don't know if he was just goofy or what, but he was definitely. I wasn't sure if it was the child actor himself just being a little awkward. I don't know if he's been in anything else. I didn't look him up.
You know what? She did say he likes things a certain way. This is the first time I've been out, but that was kind of part of her shtick too when she was following orders. So he might not be a little autistic. Let's just say that.
If they're hinting at that, they should at least say it. But
yes,
it's all right.
It doesn't play into the story all that.
He's definitely traumatized from a very young age. That part is very much. That's established later, but that could be a part of it.
That's fine too. But yeah, he's not.
I'm gonna look it up real quick just to see what his acting chops are like, though.
Yeah, what else has he been in? So
right.
And she met this guy on a dating app, and it's been 3 months though. They haven't ever met. It's just texting, no phone calls, just texting. And this is the big date finally. And she gets a text there that day going well, last chance to back out, so it's that kind of thing. You get the vibe right away. And she's going and then she tries to back out. Her sister says, listen, you need to get out there, you need to get laid, the whole thing. And she goes to the restaurant, and upon arrival meets a bartender, bumps into a patron, gets hit on by a wrong blind date, thinking that that's her blind date. And we meet her waiter, who is, let's see, Richard is his name, I think. No, Connor the waiter. That's it. And so right away, there's your 4 red herrings. Bam, 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 bam. Is one
exactly. They're very quick on giving it to them right away.
It keeps you off balance. I'll admit it. I couldn't really place it. They give you reason to suspect every one of them at some point. So, she sits down. They have their little awkward kind of laughs and talks, and it's klutzy and, and whoop, whoop, and this and that. And then she starts getting these data drops on her phone, So we know it's somebody within 50, 60 feet around her inside the restaurant is texting her, is doing these data drops, sending her memes saying, the one is, it's got the car where it's going across the freeway to hit an exit, and it will say like, another boring day at work, and this way, a day at the beach, and the car is barreling over. Well, it says like, what did it say? Like, have a fun night, ruin your life, something like that, and the car is going to ruin her life. So she's going, and she's ignoring it. The guy's kind of like, okay, what's up with the phone? He's like, what do you got? You in demand here? She's like, no, I don't know what this is. And so he's like, oh, I know what this is. Data drops. That means it's somebody in here. So that now you're suspecting him too. The actual date is in the pool of the red herrings. Would you agree?
It is a very full pool of red herrings. That's true. And so at this point, you have no idea. It could be anybody, and I kind of enjoyed this. I'm like, all right, we got a lot going on here, and I was focused. I was paying attention. I like that when a movie has me paying attention like that. So good start.
Engrossing.
Yes, that's a great word. Yeah.
Yes. So we made, Connor the waiter. He's your typical. It's his first day, and he's way over the top. He's Chad from Office Space. Remember him over at Flickers when he's like, ah!
Oh, the waiter. Yeah,
the waiter.
You're right. He is like that.
So
but he's a little bit more.
I mean, it's a ritzy place. It's a ritzy ass, way up in the sky of Chicago, way up in the top penthouse restaurant.
Fancy restaurant.
Ass.
Like fancier than anything me and Crank have been to. Like
it's just
super expensive. And it was this guy's first day, so you could tell he was nervous, but he was trying to really play it up. Like, yeah, let's have a good time, guys. I'm gonna serve you your food, and he's really just playing up. And,
all right.
Oh God, I did not like it. It annoyed me. But he was there to waste time when time needed to be wasted. It worked.
Connor was, I think everybody has had a waiter like this at some point. But yeah, he does his part, and the texts finally say, "You will do what I say, or Jody dies, her son." And then he's all like, "Look at your security cameras." And she looks. She's got cameras all over the house, nanny cams as they call them.
Right.
And
I have those too in my apartment.
Yeah, and she clicks all around, and there's the babysitter and the baby in the one room chilling, reading a book, and then she goes to the kitchen. There's a guy in a mask standing there holding up a gun.
Mask on.
That's pretty stomach dropping shit. I mean, I was like, all right.
That'd be horrifying in her shoes to be dealing.
So now she's got to play ball, and through the course of events, we figure out, she's like, you got to get rid of him. We know he's a photographer. That's all we know. Her date.
Yeah. We don't know who he works for, but just that he's a photographer.
And the text says, get the SIM card out of his camera now, and
right.
So she gets him to go look for, she takes her watch off and stuff like that and puts it in her purse and says, oh, I left it here or left it there at the bar. Could you go look for me? And he, of course, gentlemen, he goes, and she gets on his camera, turns it on pretty fucking quick, goes right to the photos. It's like,
she's scrolling through. It's like she's used this camera before, but
I mean, it's like a phone. But she sees that, there's the mayor of Chicago, and there's a bunch of important people, and there's some receipts of some payments been made.
Right.
You see
pretty
where we are
stuff
now.
On here.
So they're like, okay, get that SIM card. He's like, go to the bathroom, smash it, and destroy it, and flush it. So she does. And then she reaches out to a girl in the bathroom and says, hey, I need help. And then he gets a text saying, I wouldn't do that if I were you. Mm-hmm. So the guy's got eyes everywhere. Then you start to see there's little blue lights representing his microphones and cameras everywhere she is. And this whole thing's been set up. Yes.
I'm going to jump in real quick because she's asking that girl for help. There's a couple girls in the bathroom.
Oh, the eyeliner. Yeah.
And she asked her for some eyeliner and it starts writing on her hand. Fuck, I can't remember what it was that she actually wrote, but she couldn't get it all written. She started panicking. The liner broke. And the girls just kind of ignored her and
they were younger.
It's like, this woman's crazy. Let's just get out of here.
Karen.
Usually, more realistically, they would have tried to help her a little bit more than that, you know?
The one with the eyeliner pencil showed a little compassion, but then went along with her friends and said, let's get the
Right. Like, it was a little... And
Well,
yeah,
then it was like-
she
like-
wrote 911, I guess, which is like, dude, like,
call
how
911.
oblivious can you be? And it's just like weird.
But then, he says that wasn't very smart. And then look at your camera, and then the gunman's beating the shit out of her sister with the gun and knocking her out. And it's like, and he looks in on the little boy, but he doesn't do anything,
And my mom had this constant argument. I'm going to go ahead and just show this.
Go ahead.
She said, okay, so assuming this all worked, which it wouldn't, I mean, he chose her off a dating site, but that's a whole nother thing. I know what she's talking about. That's being kind of vague. But assuming it all worked, she'd be like, fuck yeah, I'll kill this rando to save my kid. Because it eventually gets to, the trailer showed that it eventually gets to her being assigned to kill this guy.
You have to kill him, or I'm killing your family. That's
and
it.
My mom's argument is just kill him. But I don't know. I think that's why they forcefully made this date as forcefully likable as he could, even though he's unbelievably
he's a
nice
good guy.
And like he is a good guy, but he's like a good guy. Like almost like I don't know. 1 in a million type situation.
Well, she says after she knows about the mayor and stuff, she asks, you were, he kind of says, yeah, I do some stuff for the mayor, so-and-so. And, oh yeah, what kind of guy is he? And he just kind of takes a drink while looking at her, doesn't really say anything. He's like, he's all right. But you could tell he's just thinking like cocksucker, fucking scumbag, puke, whatever,
Oh yeah.
In his head. So, we've got the political edge to it, that and now you're seeing that this guy's a professional hit to get rid of this guy, and I'm trying to hurry it along here because I want to right at 9 we're gonna switch regardless. We got 20 more minutes of this. So
you want to switch right at 9?
No, not now. I'm just saying we're gonna go. I'm gonna keep it moving is what I'm saying.
I don't know if we can talk about the other movie for an hour, but all right.
Yeah, but I got that other thing too we can do at the end.
Right.
So the dude he's very annoyed. Like he's trying to help her find out who's data dropping. She's filling him in. So again, you're thinking, well, fuck, she's giving him all the goddamn answers, so he could be the dude. And then you see the other, I
think this is Act 2 by now.
Yeah. She starts going up to these different people that she bumped into, the bartender, and just kind of going, do people usually request this booth? She's just got pointed questions that and she goes to that blind date guy who's having a horrible date over where he is. He's not going good. Like the woman shows up, she's sitting, they're both at the bar. They were kind of talking and having a drink before Henry showed up for Violet. So, because that guy walks up and goes, hey, are you Barbara? And he's all like, she's like, no, I'm Violet. He's like, oh, okay, sorry. And he's like, back on the horse, eh? So he's establishing to, and then when his date shows up, they hug and you can see the date's face and she's just like, oh God, she's very disappointed. So they go to their corner but the other guy, she bumps into a guy the minute she walks into the restaurant and they drop their phones. So, a lot of these people, they do the beep, your phone they get on there, you can share information that way. So that is in your head now too, if you saw that. And that seems like every time the camera goes that way, that guy's looking at her. You know what I mean? And they do this, they sweep the restaurant. It's a round circular restaurant. And every time they sweep it, somebody in that crowd looks at the camera like they're looking at her. So, I mean, you don't know who the fuck is what. That is very good how they did that. For sure.
Everybody's always looking at their phones, too. So,
yes.
One person looking at their phone, another person looking at their phone. So, it's like, God damn it. It could be any of these people.
Oh, yeah. It'll be like this.
Everybody's always looking at their damn phone these days.
She's looking at him. you know, and they'll be like this. And then her phone fucking buzzes instantly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's pretty crazy. So the piano player even came over and hit on her before her date. You know, that's in the place, you know. He's a new guy.
That's right. The Baby Shark thing. I forgot about that.
What?
The fucking Baby Shark thing.
Oh, God, yes.
Yeah, you remember
He
that?
comes over and says, so, what do you want to hear? I take requests, you know? And she's like, Baby Shark. She starts naming all these. Elmo, you know. My name is Elmo.
She's fucking with him because she has a kid at home. She doesn't know any, like, fancy things. She's like, I don't know. My 5-year-old loves Baby Shark, so how about, dedicate it to him?
Yep. And then the bartender comes over and goes like, Phil, go on. She's got it. She's meeting a date here. Go on, leave her alone.
He's all drunk and shit. He's drinking all these martinis and shit.
So while she's on her date, the piano man starts playing a nice loungy, swingy version of Baby Shark. You know,
it's actually hilarious. It made me chuckle because it was spot on. Like
it was just how you would expect it, like elevator music style. You know.
Yeah.
I thought that was clever too. I thought that was neat. And then of course she looks over there and he's just all, giving her the eyes and stuff. And she's like, oh, you know what? I'm going to give him a tip. And she writes, please call 911 on the 20 with lipstick.
Writes her address on it.
And her address. Send the cops.
Like hostage here and then an address.
Yes. So then he takes it and she sticks it in his tip jar. And he's wasted, man. So he's like, I'm going to take a 5-minute break, and gets up and just, ham fists into the jar of money and pulls it all out,
That was funny.
Walks up to the bar and, but lo and behold, the hell is this? He looks at it. He looks over at her very serious. He picks up his phone. He puts it down. And then he takes a new drink and he goes back to the piano. She doesn't know what's going on. And then he drinks his martini and gets up and falls over. Yeah, he
gulps it all down. He could tell he looks tense after that phone call. He becomes really nervous and shaky and tense. He downs that drink and
minutes later he gets up and falls and says, I don't feel well. I'm gonna, have a good night. And then he hits the elevator. Well, then she gets a text from our real antagonist that says that was really dumb trying that. Mm-hmm. I go, and then he won't make the lobby. He gets in the elevator, he falls into the elevator, and he'll be dead before he hits the lobby. And he was. The ambulance pulls up, and so, and they show what happens later.
There's an explanation, but they go back to that.
Yes.
That was okay. That little.
Well, this
I thought
is
that kind of was.
This guy is this is extremely thought out and planned out.
Sure.
That's why I can go with her history, and it's just a cruel twist of fate that she happens to be dating with this guy, but it's been 3 months, so there's time for them to figure this out.
Right.
That's why it's going to work, It's you have to see it to see why, and then when they explain it later.
It's just how hard it doesn't land is the issue we have.
And I'll tell you fucking why, dude. I mean,
we'll get there.
Yeah. So now she let's see. The watch. Oh yeah, she drops her purse and the watch falls out. He realizes she's lying.
She walked away and the purse fell. So he realized it while she was gone. She
said, "I'm going to check the bathroom." That's right. I went to the bathroom.
Because
it said, "Go to the bathroom now." And
this is when she gets the cyanide or whatever the hell it is, and gets the final assignment.
Yes, the final assignment is put this in his drink. It'll take a few minutes and he'll be gone,
Yep.
And he sees the watch fall out of her purse. And so she comes back with the poison, and she's obviously struggling with this assignment.
She doesn't want to kill this guy. I mean, which people in the chat are arguing that the two mothers in particular are like, just kill him.
Clearly not a killer, though, because she, as we'll find out soon, why?
Sure.
We're getting there. We're getting
We're
there.
good now.
She gets back to her seat, and dude says, "Here's the watch." And she's like, "Oh my God, you found it. Where did you find it?" He was like, "Your purse fell off your chair. It fell out of there. It was in there." And he's like, "Look, man, this is like all getting too weird. And obviously you got their phone ringing all fucking night. You can't stop. You're talking to all these dudes in here still. I'm just going to go ahead and go, you know?" So he's leaving, and, you know, text, if he leaves, you die, they all die, you know? So she's like, "No, my God, no," and plants a huge kiss on him, you know, to keep him.
Yeah, the music goes silent. Everything goes black. It's just them two, and it's a long kiss, as if I'm supposed to feel the chemistry here. But I don't know.
This is where we lost one of the wheels, I think.
Oh yeah, big time. This is a big loss of a wheel, because that. I mean, I understand her trying to get him to stay with the kiss, but it was weird.
It works, though. He stays.
Yeah, it did work. He stayed.
And
Horny bastard.
let me think here.
And she makes a point here, my mom. I'm not a killer either, for the record of anyone official. But there is no question when it comes to my kids. I get that, man. If my child, if I had one, was in danger like that, I mean, I don't know. I would have to think about the consequences of murdering somebody. Like I would prefer to use poison and get away with it rather than just stab and have it done with and get arrested. You know what I mean?
I think everybody has thought they could pull a trigger on somebody and end a life, but I think many would react the same exact way.
But once you're in the spot, it's very different.
Same exact response and
I'm not
hesitation.
speaking from experience there, but I'm just saying.
I just think a lot of people would go the same way. They would react the same exact way, you know, just with that, and not be the killer that they thought they could be. Dude, that's some heavy shit. That's some heavy psychology, man. So,
yeah,
you know, I don't know. I understand the family dynamic, though, because something happens where the red you can't see anymore. You know what I mean? So
that's true.
once it covers your vision, dude, that all bets are off. You know, so
especially with the kid on the line. So who knows?
It's a strong argument, and it doesn't help the plot line of this movie. So.
No, it's distracting, but it's okay. Moving on.
Oh no, it's not. I mean, I'm just saying it's making the movie looks worse because of reality, you know. So, but
right. Well, you got to throw reality out the window with this one. I mean,
so she's now says, you know, how does he get up again? I'm forgetting how he disappeared again. Was she finally now goes?
Oh, him?
Well, she goes and confronts the other guy first. The first one.
He went to get a couple of shots. Or was it her?
She got the shots.
She went to get shots, but she forgot the
okay.
lime. That's right. They needed
the
limes. That's right.
That's it. So she went and got, she's like, fuck it. Let's get fucked up. Let's do some shots.
She got a couple of tequila shots.
Tequila. And then she
bartender asks her if she needs help. She says no.
Yeah. The bartender, though, you know, I mean, said, you want some limes? She's like, no. No limes, because she knows she's going to send
a bowl of limes. By the way,
she knows she's going to send the dude up there to get the limes, and then she's going to Mickey the drink at that point. And guys saying, "Get it done. It's time. You know, time to go." And so she gets back with the shots and goes, "Oh, I forgot the limes." You know, so. Can you go get some limes for us? So he goes, "Oh, of course." You know, if he goes to get the limes, and as he's over there, he asks for the limes, and the bartender goes, "Oh, did she change her mind?" And specifically, she's like, "Oh, I forgot the limes." Said, "I forgot the limes." You know, so he was like,
that's when he realizes, like,
what the fuck? Something's up here.
Mm-hmm. He's already suspicious after seeing the watch in her purse.
Yes.
So this is like strike two for him.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's over it, I think. And then she goes to confront the guy she bumped into when she first walked into the bar, you know, because he's saying like he's waiting for his cousin or something to show up.
Mm-hmm.
And as she's walking over there, a woman walks in and sits down and they hug, and then they're done. You know, it's like, oh, he's telling the truth. Well, then the blind date guy walks up and says, hey, how you doing? You know,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and something to the effect of like that was pretty stupid to, you know, so pretty much revealing he's the guy. And you know, come over here. Like she walks over to him at his table and he's like, sit down, you know, so now he's gonna do the James Bond, explain the whole thing.
And basically Act 3 by now, I think.
Yeah, we're far into Act 3. We're on the wind down. So, and he explains the photographer and why he was hired and how a copy automatically goes to the mayor's hard drive. So they were on to him the whole time that he was trying to bring him down, you know, and her story and their 3 months of dating, they figured it all out. And now we can pin it all on you when you poison him because we've got you on camera putting it in the drink. So he goes, we're playing chess here. He goes, and I'm 2 moves ahead of you the whole time. He goes, you can't win. So Henry walks up to the table and he's like going, you know what? Here you are again. Now you're sitting here with this guy. And he's like, oh, hey, because my date took off. We're just kind of doing a shot, just kind of saying, fuck it. You know, he goes, join us. I don't want to drink alone. Don't make me drink alone. And she's like, yeah, here, Henry, please do the shot. You know, and she does her shot already while he's telling the story.
Right. And she hands him the poison shot, the one that she spiked.
Yep. And he tells her, he's like, we're pinning it all on you. You're going to jail and we're going to keep doing what we do, you know, in Chicago. So you're collateral damage. I'm sorry it happened to you and your family. He goes, by the way, we're killing them too, you know, as soon as we leave here. So it's just awful. You know, it's like you're totally fucked. They've got you beat all the way around. Dude says, I don't feel like drinking. Takes the shot. She's like, begs him, please. She's crying, you know. So he takes the shot and he downs it. And he walks back to the table and she's like, I'll be right there for Henry, you know. And he's like, oh. And she's like, make the call, you know. So he picks up the phone and says, yeah, he drank it. He's like, I'm just gonna wait for it to work, and we're done. And so he hangs up, and then she does the, you know, there's just one more thing. You know, the Columbo.
Yeah, right. The very obvious twist that was coming. Everybody in the theater saw it coming, but
yeah, there's just one more thing that I need to tell you. She's like, I didn't actually spike the drink. And like the waiter had brought over this ice cream dish, you know, and
this dessert.
Spiked the fucking ice cream while he was watching the dude do the shot.
Yep.
And
He's
this is
eaten
my
it all
he
already.
wolfed it down, dude, like a fucking
Wolfed it all down. So he's poisoned. He's done already.
An experienced hitman and a team like this, and this traumatized, stressed out, put through the ringer, stretched to the limits of sanity, is gonna be cognitive enough to hold on to that poison, palm it, and poison the fucking poisoner.
That's crazy, right? Like it's out. Like I said, reality is out the window. In a minute here, it will literally be out the window.
Oh, it gets worse.
It gets worse. Because they're apparently on a jet or like an airplane. No, that's just.
So he realizes he's poisoned and pulls out his gun and starts blasting. He shoots fucking Henry and he puts a hole in the glass. Huh?
Put a hole in the glass. He shot the bartender too.
Shot the bartender. Yep, because she kind of whacked him and delayed it, and he just kind of went pep, and put her down. Terrible shot, by the way, this guy.
Oh, they all are.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So, Richard, the blind date, he backs up to the window and he's, making his final decree of you're all dying anyway, doesn't matter. And Henry, at the beginning of the date, gave Violet a Chicago hockey puck for Jody, the boy, the baby.
Right.
Which she throws at the window and shatters it, sucking.
Bullseye.
Yeah, perfect shot. And yeah, it's all of a sudden we're on I guess we're in the Windy City, but we're on an airplane, and dude, the whole thing is getting sucked out.
It sucks out like everything. I'm pretty sure that, I don't know, with them being high up, but it seemed a little much how much was getting sucked out of that window.
A little far-fetched.
Yeah. That'll happen on an airplane, but I don't know. I don't know my physics that well though, but it was weird. It's dramatic.
But he also calls to his partners and says, "Kill them all before he dies."
Right. He's able to make the final call to tell the guy to kill his kid and his sister, her kid and her sister.
So Violet, she kind of does. Saves everybody, patches up all the wounds on the bartender and Henry.
She didn't patch shit. She just said cops will be here soon. Just
put the pressure on this. You're gonna be fine.
Okay, I guess you did that, but that's
gave him a napkin and said, "Here, hold this," and then you're gonna be fine to the bartender. And off she runs, gets in the car and drives. I don't know.
She got Henry's keys and asked him for his car. Found his car in the basement. Drove home. All the way home, and then somehow the kid is not dead. Like,
sister got shot.
Well, that's true. The kid hid under the bed, and the sister got shot. The fuck.
He prevents the. He kind of sets up with the remote control thing. The same.
Well, that didn't happen yet, did it?
It's getting right to that's when it happened. When she busts in, they fight. There's a big fight there.
Yeah, there's a big fight. There's a chase scene, which Rick even says like his most unbelievable part was the chase at the end.
Yeah, it kind of turned into a Giallo fucking movie for a second. What the hell's going on here?
You're not wrong.
So, and it's the guy's good. He's looks like he's gonna win. He's very sadistic and he gets her down, and the gun has fallen because the sister hit. Now he's got a knife stuck in his fucking shoulder.
She's apparently Michael Myers, which is My mom yelled that out. Is she fucking Michael Myers? Because she survived the gunshots and all this other shit. It's like, dude,
a full body slam.
Yeah,
and everything.
What the fuck? This woman survived everything.
And like at the beginning, there was like mom and the boy. He has a remote controlled car, and like, come find me, mom. And so here comes that same car pulling up with the fucking gun.
With a gun on it. This kid is smart enough to put a gun on a remote car, roll it over to mommy. Kid. Hey, mommy, use this.
And she blows the dude away, and then
gives your son a big old hug, calls him a hero.
The mayor gets exposed and arrested, and it's all the happiest Blumhouse ending you've ever seen.
She meets the boyfriend, the blind date in the hospital. He doesn't seem to know or care that she took the SIM card, destroyed it, and I don't know. They make up and they talk about going on a second date. Roll credits. That's this fucking movie, man.
And again, a strong start, but
it was a good start. I was engaged, but I remember thinking, like, I reminded myself, this is Blumhouse. This is likely not going to stick its landing. Sure enough.
Directed by Christopher Landon of Happy Death Day, Freaky, Happy Death Day to You, Paranormal Activity, The Marked Ones, Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse. Crank had high marks for that one. Heart Eyes. So yeah, dude, he's
true.
done a lot. But
Hey, Rick says, then you got the Hard Eyes text ending from the writer of Hard Eyes, Dick.
yes, he's involved with a lot of these bad movies. I mean,
The house did not explode, sadly.
no, we didn't have a fire.
No fire. They've calmed down with the fucking fire, I think. I think we made fun of them enough. We bullied them out of doing fires.
I like to say we could take a little credit for that, man. That's fair. That's a fair assessment because like we were relentless on those guys when they were. That was the
true.
go-to ending for like 4 movies in a row.
It really was, man.
Just by I come on, man. You don't an experienced hit team like that would not be taken out by one person.
No way. None of this would have happened ever.
That's
There were so many moments where she could have gotten help, should have gotten help, and didn't. It's just it's a complete. It's a mess. Like you got to throw realism out the window, and even then, it's suspenseful to start, but it doesn't go anywhere.
It's tense, but that's about it, man.
And since we're on writing and direction, I'll just say, thinking about this like script, I don't know who wrote this. I should look that up real quick, but
I'll tell you right now.
Drop 20.
Brian Fuller, there's a bunch of people, man, producers. Let's
okay. Well, for fuck's sake, I'll just say it felt like somebody's passion project where they really thought this thing was just this ingenious thriller mystery thing. They thought it was amazing in their head and looking at the script like, oh my God, but it wasn't handled well. I don't know if it got fucked up in direction or if it was always bad. The script is always bad, but who knows? I don't know. It's just it's weird.
I think it's more the script probably got punched up a few times, different times, and they tried to keep the best of it, but I
can see that. Especially in a PG-13 type thing, those things tend to get punched up. This is probably originally a lot darker, and they probably lightened it up.
Yeah. I was in the mood for a horror movie, and this did not scratch the itch at all. So I mean,
it was not see mother scratching.
No.
I don't know. That didn't work. What about the casting and the acting? I mean,
well, Megan Faye, whoever.
I don't know how to say it. She was excellent.
She's excellent. She's by far the strongest. She's clearly a talented actress. I've never seen White Lotus, but I've heard good things. And seeing this, and again, reading her eyes while she's acting, that's a talent to do that, to be able to, to go that deep and be able to express it that way. So bravo for that. Everybody else is told the line, but didn't really pull their weight, I don't think.
Right. I like the bartender, but she only had like 2 parts. She didn't have enough.
Yeah, the waiter, comic relief.
I didn't like him.
Richard, the blind date, was, he did show a real dark side once he came out. So that was cool. But again, it's all for naught because, I mean, this guy's, again, 2 fucking moves ahead and gets bested by a sleight of hand. Ooh, terrible.
She also had that butt.
And that butt. Butt.
Well, yeah. Do you have a favorite moment? I'm trying to think. I don't even know if I have a favorite moment. Except for when the credits rolled and I finally got the lead. But that's just being dickish.
I laughed at something.
There were some funny parts.
Because even the host, the greeter she was a little suspicious too at first, Mm-hmm. But then she's the one saying like, "Oh yeah, they always reserve that table," and it's like, they've done this before,
right?
Yeah, I don't have a favorite moment, dude. I don't have one. I'm sorry.
Yep, sorry. This thing was just a bit too. Yeah, just a little too out there. Maybe when the dude started playing Baby Shark, that made me laugh pretty good.
Yeah.
I'll give that the scene for humor.
Pianist Phil was the highlight of the movie.
Not bad, Phil. So, guess it's time to score this thing and put it out of its misery.
I have to apologize on behalf of us to even do this with this movie, because this is not a horror movie, and hopefully we can, if we can see it coming a little sooner and it's not so busy in my season, we can maybe pull an audible. But
Sure.
yeah, man, this is just, it's if you like that kind of thing, you like that kind of corruption. It's a light corruption. It's not like one where you got to sit there and go like, oh shit, and it's no deep throat, and it's not Nixon or anything like that.
No, it's very light on the political end.
If you like that kind of thing, I recommend to watch. Wait for the stream. Don't go to the fucking movies and see it. You don't need to. Yeah, give Megan her day, because she's good. She's good in this. But man, it's just kind of a letdown for me, and enough to where I can say 5.5 for me, 5.5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got a score from Lorena here. 0.5. It's -1 for no rats, but it gets an extra 0.5 for pockets for a total of 0.5.
0.5.
Yikes. I guess that means Heart Eyes gets a 0 because she says she hated that more still. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, man. This thing was, like you said, it wasn't really horror. It started off okay. I would give the first half probably maybe not the first half, but the first third close to a 7, just for how much it had me interested. But that landing stunk so hard that it dropped it down to, I'm going to say, an even 5. It wasn't the worst thing in the world, but it really, I'm hearing that it's doing all right for the teenage crowd, so it just wasn't for us, and I can accept that. So 5 and a 5.5, that works for me. Drop. Kind of a letdown.
Drop. Right? Oh fuck, man. Yeah, like I said, I was really in a mood for like a good movie experience, and this just left me.
Were you expecting it from this though?
No. But
I was about to say, because I wasn't.
I don't think I would have chosen this just based on the trailer I saw a month ago.
Sure.
I honestly, I thought we were probably doing something else. Hence.
Oh, we're about to in a few seconds here.
Hence.
Because folks.
Yeah. We can't leave you without any horror, man. Not at all.
We got to talk about this.
Yeah.
825 Forest Road by Mr. Cognetti himself from the Hell House LLC fame.
Yes. Lineage coming out in theaters. So we're excited.
Not soon enough.
Not soon enough. But yeah, man, it was just cool to see he had another original story he wanted to tell. And this is not found footage.
No.
However, it did have a lot of the same feel, I thought, of some of the Hell House things that make Hell House what it is.
Oh, it's just Cognetti has that style with the way he films and writes, and
you can't blink.
He has that feel. I know you know what I'm talking about. Like, it's undeniable. You didn't have to tell me this is a Stephen Cognetti film going into it, and I would have been able to just know 5 minutes in. Like, he just has that style. It's so unique. It's so his, and nobody. I've never really seen anyone try, but nobody. I don't think anyone can repeat it. It's just so. I don't even know how to put it.
This is a unique tale too. I mean, but hey, just go right to it here, man. I mean, the anticipation was high for this. when I saw it. We saw it because we get alerts and sometimes screeners from these people. And when I saw this, and then Crank was the one that said, "Hey, dude, you know who did that, right?" And I was like, "No." It's like Steve Cognetti did that. I was like, "Fuck yeah!" And I was like, "Automatic. This is gonna, hits the top of the view list." And it's on Shudder, of course. You can watch it now. But what we have here is it's a haunted house movie, I would say.
Oh yeah, well, haunted house mixed with like a whatever you'd call that, like small town horror type thing, where you move in, there's only 100 people here, and they're all like, "Oh God, you better turn back now before it's
they
too
all
late."
know." Yeah,
there are a lot of movies like that, but trying to think of a recent example, but I can't think of it.
Oh shit.
There was something recently that was
we just
like
watched something.
that.
It's the same thing.
Yeah. This is better, but
Fucking Wolfman.
Was it Wolfman?
Yeah.
God damn it. Of course, this is way better then.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cursed Town, as my mom puts it. That's a good way to put it.
Cursed Town, yes. And it's anticipation was high because we love this. LLC Hell House is fucking for found
phenomenal.
Footage. I think it's the best. I think it's my favorite.
In found footage, absolutely.
So that just makes it high, man. You have to think that he's gonna come at you with some shit here, right? So it's not as good as Hell House. I can say that.
It's not as scary for sure, but
it's a good tale. It
is a good tale. And I like how it's told too.
It's very smart. This is where it's going to stand out.
Right.
How it's told. It is a very linear story, but it's told from 3 different perspectives that overlap.
Right.
So you get this, like Memento, like how it goes back and starts again.
Oh yeah.
It takes you from the other camera. So all these scenes were shot at the same time when they overlap. Fucking brilliant, man. It's just very cool.
It's very Cognetti-esque too, to do that.
This guy's he's ahead of it. And from what I'm hearing, this Hell House is gonna get him hired at some gigs.
Oh my God.
So yeah.
Cannot wait.
But this one here, we have Chuck Wilson. He hopes to start a new life after a family tragedy when he moves to the town of Ashland Falls with his wife, Maria, his little sister, Elizabeth, and he quickly discovers that the town has a dark secret. So, yes, this is a synopsis we've heard fucking 100 times, and there's probably 50 coming at you this year alone that could qualify with that same set there. So, let's see. I want to do a full rundown on it. We'll just kind of we'll touch on some highlights of it because I don't want to spoil it.
Oh yeah, I definitely don't want to spoil this one. You got to watch this.
Now, have you ever heard of anything called trauma core or grief core phase?
I've heard of it, but I'm not like super I can't define it.
It feels like we're in the tail end of one of those fads where like everything is the trauma is inspired. I mean, fuck, even the last movie we watched could fit. Trauma, and everything. I see what you mean. Or loss, loss driven, and
sure.
This particular one, this Helen Foster is our ghost or our demon, whatever she is. Our vengeful spirits.
They aren't really specific, are they?
They are not, and they kind of leave you with your own device at the end too, man.
I like that.
It's questionable for me. I'm not sure I like that.
I mean, I will say Cognetti likes his demons, so I would probably lean that way.
Well, where are we going? I mean, that Scream sequel, that ending, but
we'll see. But I mean,
I digress.
Right.
So basically we have it's Chuck, Maria, and Isabella. I think they said Elizabeth in that synopsis, which is wrong.
Yeah, it is Isabel.
Yeah. So like Chuck and Isabel, like they're brother and sister, and their mother was killed in a car crash. Maria is the wife of Chuck.
Yeah.
She's a seamstress. She has a podcast. You know, has a pretty good following, I guess.
Seamstress podcast.
A seamstress podcast.
Which, I don't know, sure, why not, man?
Making dresses, making, and she's got Martha the mannequin, which is, she's got the paper mache face, so it's all flaking off. She's older than dirt, but
the second you see it, you know.
Yeah, dude, there's no mistake. It's like, God
yep, there it is. There
creepy.
it is.
That's creepy.
That's going to be killing somebody or following somebody or
don't want to see that thing moving. Right.
Exactly. I already knew immediately. Like, yep, there's our villain, basically.
Yes. And so we start from, I think, Chuck's perspective.
Yeah, we start with Chuck.
Because it's kind of like a prologue where they move there to get away, to get a fresh start. Maria is bipolar. We know she's got issues, and as they move into the house, the neighbors are like Faye said earlier, oh yeah, so you're moving in, eh? And you seen anything yet?
Yeah, exactly.
That kind of stuff, and then the one dude just kind of tells him, like, look, he goes, just starts telling Chuck, hey, listen, she can really manipulate those that are scarred or traumatized or sick, or slow, or she can get to him easier. And he's like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then Isabella walks out and he's all like, you should really go do some research on this town at the library. And he goes, and look up gardening for fun. And then walks away. And the Chuck's just going, what the fuck is going on, man?
Yeah, they're very, very vague, very confusing. He's like, what? I just bought this house. I don't want this bullshit to be going on, Like,
yeah, but when his story begins, the reason he goes outside, his wife's going, Chuck, could you come here? And then he goes, look outside. And they look outside. The fucking mannequin is standing out in the yard.
Yeah.
And it's just one of them shots with a nice stinger tone. Dome. It's just
again, Cognetti with the sound, the music. God. Oh my God.
Master.
He loves his pianos too, man. Holy shit.
And yeah, God, yes. So that's why Chuck goes out to get the mannequin. And then it's when the neighbor walks up and, he just, the last thing he says is just keep an eye on Isabella, on Isabel,
Right.
Like he knows. So Chuck goes to the library and he starts checking out books. Well, there's some woman sitting there just going, please don't put the books away and leave this town. And that's you don't really get anything else from her.
She looks pretty fucked up though. Her eyes are like really sagged out and beat red.
Is she the one that was found the house first?
Who knows? I don't really know. They don't really go back to her, do they?
They do not they never bring her up again.
Maybe that's why you're feeling sequel out of this. Because, yeah, I could see that getting... I hadn't really thought about that.
Okay. Maybe I caught something, maybe not. I'm going to move on. Because it doesn't really change the outcome of this movie.
My mom's saying, yeah, she's the one. That's her. So, yeah. Yes. Okay. So, apparently, yes, it is.
She's done.
Listening to you.
She's missing. She's gone. And then when he tells a librarian, hey, there's this girl back there. She's quite upset. And, she looks like she needs help. There's two of them sitting there. They don't flinch. And then he says, oh, yeah. And then there's a big stack of books in aisle 3. And then they stop and they look at each other. And he's like, I'm on it. And he gets up and walks away, the other librarian. And she just kind of goes, oh, she's like, you're looking for Forest Road, huh? She's like, you won't find it. Nobody can. So, I mean, they're kind of creating this ominous vibe.
Right.
Without really telling you anything or showing you anything. A stack of books. That's all they do.
He tells them about the stack of books in the aisle, and they get a little...
Yeah, they get all creeped out, you know, and like
Yeah,
finally,
uh-oh.
you know,
Uh-oh.
we find out later why the stack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a reason for that. My
Of
mom points out it's called Friends of Gardening.
Friends of Gardening, correct? Yeah. Sorry, you know,
It's okay. It's
Easy
it's a
come,
lot
easy
to
go.
remember. There's a lot of good details.
well, plus I was trying very hard not to merge the details of the two movies. You know what I mean?
Me
So-
too, man. I just watched fucking 845 Forest Road 5 hours ago, and
Thank God they were both kind of short.
I don't know. Sure,
Well, the one was
hour
an
and
hour
40
30.
is pushing it for me, but this is a good one, so I was okay with it.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just hard to do here because we can't complete the stories without.
Yeah, it's
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So-
I don't want to spoil anything. We could
Yeah.
probably just leave it there. Just
I'll stop with Chuck there. Chuck.
That's
his
true because
story-
there's Isabel's story and then Maria's.
It then goes to Isabella's story, and you see the same thing again happening through her eyes, and you catch some different details from her perspective and things said that you didn't hear. So I mean, it's he masterfully fills in a little bit of gaps with each perspective as it's come into one head. You know, the pinhead. So, I mean, you learn that she's very traumatized by mom's death, Isabel,
Right.
and has bad dreams about it. So we know this Helen Foster can manipulate this and take advantage of this. So she starts to see and hear things like that, you know, and all the while, this mannequin is moving around and like starting to move. Like there's one great scene where he walks in there and she's streaming, the mannequin's behind her, and it's kind of like, you know, it's like doing this, and then like they kind of have a little bit of like, she's like, hey, listen, I'll be done in a minute, you know, don't beat it, I'll be out in a minute. And he's like, all right, you know, so he leaves, and as he's walking out the door, the camera follows and the mannequin's looking at him. The head is turned, you know, it's simple, but it's like, what the fuck, you know?
Again, Cognetti as fuck, and I love it.
Dude, so good, man. Isabella, they got her away from that city. They moved her there for hers to help her heal, to get over this, you know. They brought her along. She's going to college as an art student, but they don't want her to stay at the dorms by herself, which she probably, if she would have, she never would have had any of these problems. So that's what that's all about. And I don't think we can say anything else about her story, her perspective.
Yeah, I think that will go too far.
I think we can kind of tie it together with Maria and say some of the things happening. Because
I'm gonna let you lead here, though.
Okay.
I don't want to say too much.
Maria's story starts because, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this because it is the demon manipulating things. In Isabella's story, she's hearing a big fracas down in downstairs. She comes downstairs and she hears her mother's voice calling her from the kitchen. And she's walking that way. The biggest jump scare of the fucking movie, Maria grabs her and is like, no, don't go in there, you know? And now I got to stop her story right there.
Yeah, let's stop there.
Yeah. So now we're on Maria's story. And she's doing her stream, right? She's on her stream. The mannequin's behind her, and it's like, you know, it's like me talking. Picture someone standing behind me like this. The mannequin's like this. The hand's just like this in the camera, you know? And all of a sudden that motherfucker just goes.
And I keep saying it, but Cognetti as fuck.
Simple. But every hair on my body stood up when that happened.
Exactly, man. It's the perfect. Oh, I love it.
This was the horror I wanted. This is what I needed.
Yeah, I agree. Actually, this was extremely refreshing
Oh,
after drop, and I
palate
hope
cleanser.
Sinners continues to cleanse that much needed palette of good horror.
So while she's streaming, she gets a text from her sister. She's like, "Oh, my sister. She knows that I'm streaming at this 7:00. So, all right, I'll call you back. Give me 10 more minutes, you know." And then it was like text coming in, "Get out of the room. Get out of the room." And she's like, What? What do you mean get out of the room? The whole time that hand is fucking opening and closing and stuff. And she gets up with the laptop and she's walking out of the room. Her head is right where the fucking thing is. So you can't see what it's doing.
Mm-hmm.
And
Perfectly shot.
it's again, and she's like, "See?" She's like, "Look," and she goes in and shows her what she went to the other room. I forget why, but then she's coming back, sits down to wrap up the podcast. And then she's like, "So, as you can see, before we go for the night, the dress here is like," she turns around, the fucking mannequin's gone. And she's like, "What the fuck?" And she gets up, goes down the hallway, opens the door. There's the mannequin standing there, facing away. But then the head starts to turn and turns and looks right at her. The scene cuts to a trash barrel burning with Martha the mannequin in flames, the hands sticking out of the bucket, and she burned it immediately.
That was pretty funny.
That was very funny.
A very fuck this shit.
Oh man,
fuck that. Burning that shit.
Now we're back in the house. Chuck has gone to find Forest Road.
How much can we talk about there? I mean, 'cause that's the finale.
I think the journey getting there is way cooler than that. So because I said it's very dissatisfying, that ending. We can talk about it.
I thought it was okay, but yeah,
okay, but it's that seeing that there's nothing we can say that's going to make it less or more spectacular. You know what I'm saying? This particular one. So Maria is now in the house, and she's saying to Chuck, 1,000 fucking people saw it, Chuck. It ain't me, and he's of course, you taking your pills? Have you been taking your medicine? Just so she's already like, "Oh, you fucking cocksucker," just you could see it in her face.
Mm-hmm.
And she's Chuck leaves. Her friend, the one kid, shows up and says, "I found it," because it's the one friend disappeared looking for it, and he has a theory that she disappeared when she figured out how to locate this house, and actually did, and then that's when the thing got her too. Yeah, I'm starting to think, man, that was her in that library, and there might be more to this, so.
Yeah, there's probably a sequel in the works now that the more I'm thinking about it.
We're just dissecting it and getting it, I mean,
Yeah.
But they figure out, okay, it's not on any of these maps, right? But if you follow the power grid, follow the power lines, there's this whole big space on the map that's wide open with nothing. It's got to be here. So they don't go there though, because they get him in the house, don't they? You remember when he it's a jump scare for him, the map, the guy that brought the map, but that was in their own house, wasn't it?
Yeah, when he brings the map and everything, yeah, it's in their own house.
They don't go because he never makes it to Forest.
No, he just goes alone, or
no, the black kid.
Yeah. No, I don't think he ever went.
He never went. He gets got.
Yeah,
remember the camera, another good camera turn thing.
That's true. Yeah, I need to watch this again.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this is.
I just watched it hours ago and I'm barely remembering it.
So right, okay, so he gets the map, and at the house, Maria and Isabella are there, and that whole mother thing starts happening again from Maria's perspective, but she can fucking see it, you know? So when she runs out to stop Isabella from going in that kitchen, and then Isabella just pulls away anyway and goes, you see that it's not mom. It's this Helen Foster or whatever Helen Foster is, because they don't really say why she's the way she is, vengefully like she is. And she goes and they run up the stairs and each hit separate rooms. And Isabella's in her room. Mom is in, or stepmom is in her room. And you just, from Isabella's perspective, you hear stepmom screaming. And she's just crying uncontrollably like Isabella is. Then in Maria's story, she comes into the room and gets Isabella and says, "Hey, come on, let's go. We got to get out of here." Well, she's like, "What happened to her? Where'd she go?" She's like, "I don't know." And they get down, and Maria stays at the house. Isabella and Chuck go to find Forest Road, and they do.
Yep.
But as they're walking out, the realtor that sold them this house shows up to get her testimonial. She just wants her like, "Hey, Kime sold mine," you know. And he's like, "Listen, we can't do this right now." And Maria's like, "I'll do it. I'm fine." And she was all in her bed with a nosebleed and all beat up looking. She's perfectly fine and perky now. They set the cameras up, and she starts to, she's like, "Okay, tell us about so-and-so Realty." Well, her voice starts to kind of shift into demonic.
Right. I don't know how much. Do you want to just give that away, or
I'm just saying
You're giving away a lot here.
Helen Foster kind of materializes through Maria. I'm saying it.
Right.
Fuck it. I'm spoiling it. Sorry. But it's
Right.
worth it to see. You need to see the setup.
yeah, see it.
It's the journey that you want here, because the end is going to let you down. It's an
I'm not Ziggy down. It's okay.
It's okay. It's after Hell House though, dude. And
Well, it's definitely not a Hell House, but I mean, let's
Not
be
Hell
real here.
House.
It's different. It's still great.
Tell yourself it's not Hell House, and you'll be fine.
Certainly.
So
Eric makes a couple comments here. Says someone said the characters in this movie were kind of dry and unsympathetic, that the mannequin kind of had more personality.
I
I
think,
don't know.
Tarek, I think it's not. It's the acting, I think, is what it is.
It's
Faze?
possible. It was a little dry for sure.
It's a little bit miscued, like some of the. But it's okay though. It's okay. You've seen much worse, believe me.
Oh, big time.
And just
Then
the
he
fact
also
that
asks, it was a whole new camera style for Cognetti. How well did that go?
dude, the
Spectacular.
fact that he's got this going on, overlapping with 3 different perspectives, 3 different setups that overlap perfectly. You have to watch every corner of the fucking screen, man.
It's spectacular. Just the Cognetti style alone you have to watch it.
Anyways, like, so Maria, she kind of reveals some of the backstory of Helen Foster, but not a whole lot. I'm not going to say what or why. They do tell you though. And then they go back to I'll leave that part alone as Maria's telling her story to the camera crew on film. So that's kind of almost like a nod, like almost the found footage nod. But yeah, that's neat. We'll leave you at that. That'll make up for what I told you. So and then we go to Chuck and Isabel. They find 825 Forest Road. They find it.
I guess we're spoiling this.
It's okay.
It's okay.
because, like I said, dude, this is so open.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't have to say what he finds at the house because that ties some things together. I'll leave that alone. And Chuck and Isabel find their resolve at the end of 825 Forest Road. How about that? Is that clean enough?
That's all right.
I dug this fucking movie, dude. A lot.
Oh, of course, especially after some of this crap we've been getting. It was very refreshing for me.
Well, I started watching it like last week, and dude, I've been these 12-hour days, man. I got to the last half hour, I passed out. And so I started from the beginning again yesterday.
Nice.
And yeah, dude, I was like, I noticed a bunch more shit the second time around. So I probably want to dive in and get a third look at it too.
That's the thing with Cognetti's movies. Again, you keep noticing more shit on rewatches because, I've watched all the Hell House movies at least twice. The first one 3 times. And you always notice new shit.
Well,
it's awesome.
This is a strong entry. That's not Hell House, of course, but I mean,
right, into the Cognetti film, just his IMDb.
You want a creepy fucking story that's haunted house-esque, demon-esque? I invite you to watch 825 Forest Road.
Do it. It's
my
on Shudder.
Score, I guess we don't have to really get into too much more about it. I think
it's also on AMC Plus if you have that.
Oh, AMC Plus is partnered up with Shudder.
Yeah.
7.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I love Cognetti's style so much. Of course, it's no Hell House, but it's a different style. And
well, that's what I was thinking. My Hell House ratings were like in the 8s and stuff, so I have to keep it real,
I mean, I want to give it more like an 8.
Nothing wrong with that, bro.
Absolutely. I just love his movies so much. I do agree the acting was a bit, off, but the writing was fine. It's all right. And yeah, I do think there could be a sequel coming out of this. So who knows? Well,
there's also critics that are hammering this fucking movie right now. And I'm like, I was reading what they were hammering on. I was all like, that's petty, bro. The fuck?
Fuck them.
And believe it or not, I left a lot out that you don't know yet.
Oh, he certainly. Honestly, I want to say more like an 8.5.
I mean, fuck it. We may reach out to Steven again, maybe get him on, just maybe talk about this. I'd love that,
Yeah, no rats, no cats. They did not pull the animal tax to get an extra bit of score from you or me, Mom, so it's okay.
So 7 and an 8 on 825 Forest Road.
Not bad.
And definitely horror, man. That mannequin alone is worth the price of admission.
Oh, big time.
And a lot of people are bagging out, going, yep, same old trick and pony show, same old, yep, put a scary static prop in there and we're just going to trip. Yeah, that's what we're doing, and it's fucking great. It's awesome. So haters going to hate. If you like
Fuck
it,
'em.
you're going to like this. All right, FaZe. I got a mail call today.
Did you?
Yes, I did. Did an unboxing of a thing. It's not that big a deal, but when I saw it, I was like, wow, this is it's very cool because I used to think about things like this as a kid, like, they should do a mask or a toy for this or that. And then you get into these Italian movies. The fact that I have a Father Thomas action figure on my wall, dude, astounding. But today, the good folks at Paul Bearer Press.
There you go.
House by the Cemetery. Dr. Freudstein mask.
Wow, that's actually quality. Holy shit.
It's one of those vacuum form ones, but it's way bigger than what I thought, dude. I mean,
It's huge.
and then they put in one of those big ass Fulci Live stickers and stuff. The
Hell
front
yeah.
screen graphic on it though. Look at that.
Wow.
So
That's
yeah,
nice, man. Hell yeah. I can
this
get
will be
behind
hanging
that.
on the wall soon. But I think I may ask our good friend Sylvia Colatina if I ship this to her,
Ooh.
would she sign it?
You shall see.
Yes. Yes. So that was in the mail today. Still waiting on the Beyond set to get here, man. Lawrence, over there at the Living Dead weekend, guys, one of those guys. He got his 2 days ago. I don't even have shipping confirmation yet.
It's all right.
It's all right. But what I will do this week, I didn't get a chance, was too busy last week. I will be doing the Romero unboxing. It's here. It's ready to go. I've got it all set. I just got to fucking shoot it now.
Just got to do it.
Just got to do it.
It's all right.
Yes. So there you have it, man. I don't know. What do we got? We got like 15 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, next week we're reviewing Sinners, which we've been very excited about.
Yes. Yes.
It's about time. I mean, ever since I first saw that trailer, probably January, I don't remember, but when we did the anticipated horror list, this is like number 1 or number 2 on my anticipated.
When they started showing, first I was kind of like, okay, I dig the vibe of this because you remember that movie Crossroads with Ralph Macchio and he has to play guitar against the devil and shit like that. And the devil brings in Steve Vai to play against him. It has that kind of old bluesy vibe to it. That's what I like, that feel. But then they show the fucking demons or the vampires or whatever those are. But it seems like they might have to use them to. It doesn't seem like it is exactly what A to B vampire, like 30 Days a Night. Doesn't seem like that. It seems like something else going on.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to see this.
It's intriguing.
It'll be a good one, man. And this guy's a great director, dude. And
yeah,
let's face it, he's got Creed. He did the fucking Black Panther movies. So I mean,
yeah, it's very strong, like IMDb so far, whatever you want to call it. Just
Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, that too.
That's like his guy. It's like Scorsese and DiCaprio,
That's true.
Every fucking movie he makes, that guy's his guy. But hey, if he's delivering, why the fuck not, right?
Yeah, I mean,
what's going on here? Is there anything good in the comments? Anybody else have any final thoughts on these things?
not entirely. I mean, holy shit, that mask is choice, and just a lot of comments on the mask and people talking shit on Sling. Let's see here. Tarek says he saved some money switching to T-Mobile. So that's cool. We are not sponsored by T-Mobile. Well,
I saw Crank had that new phone of his that has that ridiculous camera on it.
Oh, right. That's a Galaxy. I don't know. I don't know where he gets his from though.
Well, T-Mobile's offering them. They're like, they'll give it to you and you just pay.
I don't really like
the deal I got was like, I got to read the fine print because it really seemed too good to be true,
Right. Now they'll fuck in a couple years. Who knows? I don't know. But hey.
Well, no, seeing that camera, dude, that'll help us out immensely on the out.
Oh,
the field.
big time.
So yeah, I mean, I think I'm gonna take care of that after Mother's
Great
Day.
camera.
So. I get my real ID on Wednesday, so I'll be eligible to fly again finally. Yeah.
Fucking A, man.
Nothing like waiting until the 2 weeks before I need to fly, though. Yeah. All right. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Let's wrap it up here.
Wrapping this mother scratcher up with the final girls and guys. Christy, C-Phase, Lorena, BD, Get Better Bro, Alex, Robert, and Tyrone, our Crazy Ralph's Bell's Fancy. Why do I say Bills? Bill's Fancy Creations? No.
No. It's Bells.
No. Bell's Fancy Creations. Dr. Smiley, he's not even here. I wore his fucking shirt tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Man, dang it. Smiley.
The doctor was never in tonight, and I wore his shirt. I'm disgusted. Morgan Crypt Horror. Raymond, the whole damn enchilada podcast, Thursdays, 7 p.m., right on these airwaves, Eastern Standard Time. Join Rick and Ryan and get down and enjoy. Our camp counselors, Adam, Corey, Christy, Luke, Lou, Jimmy and Rachel, Stacy, Lynn, Orlando, Chuck, Dave, Carl, Patricia, Christian, JJ.
It's Kristen, not Christian.
I said Christian.
That's what it sounded like in my ear, but yeah.
Maybe.
Kristen, thank you.
If you want to join the madness, you can do so at deathcursesociety.com. There is a tier that fits you and your budget, and all the money goes to us. Nobody taking a cut. It helps us get to you, the conventions, bandwidth, all the stuff we do here. We got to pay for everything. It's crazy, but fuck it. It's worth it for me. I love it, man. I'll never stop doing it. But anything you can kick in, we always appreciate it. We love you. Thanks. And associate producer, the fourth musketeer and head bouncer, cooler of the chat room, C motherfucking Phase. Thanks, brother. Great job as always.
Oh, certainly. Chat is always so well behaved. I love it.
Thanks for accommodating my last second request to also review 825 Forest Road.
Oh, I'm thankful for that, man.
Yeah.
I mean, God, this would have sucked.
I just feel like we all would have been walking out of here with, shitty taste in our mouths if we'd have just did 2 hours on drop and just left it at that,
I
Even with the
appreciate it.
mask. Yeah. But yeah. So next week, sounds like the palette's already cleaned with Sinners. Looks like a good one, man. And this could be an ultimate favorite here. This could shoot to number one Phase if it's that good.
Well, if Hell House LLC wasn't also happening this year, but hey.
For now.
I'm
still at Companion. Still number one for me, Companion.
That's fair.
But, I've got 11 movies on my list now, so.
Right.
It's getting there, sir. All right. So you got it, folks. We are doing it next week, Sinners. And go ahead, Phase. Take us out, man.
Yeah, everybody have a good rest of your night here. For the Colonel, don't get sick. Wash your dick. Don't be like a Scuba Steve. Use Summer's Eve. I can never get that one out. He's a brilliant. He likes to pick the tongue twisters.
Mm-hmm. He's a poet and didn't know it.
He is a poet, man. He's a beautiful man, and I miss him.
Yeah,
Bye.
He'll be back. Because shit, it's only honestly like 2 more weeks, maybe 3.
Back soon, and hopefully we can get all 4 of us back on the airwaves here. Not that I don't mind this, but still, it's
fine. Well, hey, dude, fuck you too, man. I wouldn't want to be on with just me either. How about that? So,
well, I mean, just a zigzag show it'd be okay. But
if I were Crank, I would have avoided tonight too after picking that one. So, yeah,
fair enough.
But he's on assignment. He'll be back in here next time we got a list. It's coming up.
I think he wants to come in for Sinners actually, so we might see Crank again next week.
If it's good. If it sucks, he might not be here.
No, that's true.
It's all right. But yeah, it's that's it, baby. Monday Maniacs. We'll see you next week. We got some conventions coming up. Crank and I hitting Texas Frightmare in next month. I think it's like exactly a month away. Attending and representing the DCS in the premiere for Hearts of Darkness, the making of Friday the 13th, Part 9, with Adam Marcus. And I didn't mention it again. You can be a Crazy Ralph too. Save $25 if you want to join up now. I would appreciate that if you haven't already. But that's it, baby. We are out. I'm Zigzag. That's Phase, Colonel, and Crank are out. We will see you then. So until then, lick Jenny Penn's asshole and DCS out. Woo! Rock and roll!
French, but you're an asshole. Asshole!